Hi, it's time for our drum roll, please. My first reaction video. Can't believe I'm doing this. Yay! We are about to watch a bunch. Well, not a bunch, but we're about to do my first reaction video. We will be reacting to some cheating stories I saw on TikTok. Now, some of these stories are insane. I've never heard anything like this, but I can't wait to react to it and get your response on whatever we saw, and then it'll be fun. So let's get into this video right now.
So this girl I know found out she got cheated on because one day she was just ordering Postmates for her and her boyfriend on his phone, and she realized that the last saved address was an address she did not recognize. Like, it was not his address, it was not hers. So she goes to his order history. The last time he had ordered was a week prior when she was out of town, and it was to that address. She was like, whose address is this? And he was like, oh, just this guy from work. We went over to his house after work last week to play video games while you were out of town. She was like, since when have you ever hung out with somebody from work? He was like, whatever, just try to let it go, move on. But over time, she just had this gut feeling that something was so off. So what did she decide to do? She pulled up on the house. She literally went to this house, knocked on the door. This girl opens the door and she's like, hi, I'm so-and-so's girlfriend. Like, do you know him? This girl was like, his girlfriend? What? Yes, I know him. We work together. Basically tells her that they had been hooking up for 4 months and had no idea that he had a girlfriend or anything. Can anyone tell me about a time when a girl's intuition has ever been wrong?
Oh my god! He was cheating on her with that girl for a month. Oh my god. You see, like, guys die on the cross that is their lie. They will die on the cross that is their lie. They will stick to it until you catch them red-handed. Some of them would even add more lies or gaslight you to thinking that what you just found out isn't true, which is even more insane. That is terrible insane. It's so stupid. Let's watch the next one.
Get ready with me while I tell you how my ex cheated on me.
Ciara King. I love watching her TikTok.
Here with Prime Video to celebrate the launch of Wilderness, and it's about cheating. I thought it tied in perfectly with how my ex cheated on me. Never told this story before, so we were in a long distance relationship. He came to visit me from Paris to London. I thought it would be a really good idea to greet him with a literal plaque, basically standing like an idiot at King's Cross Station. He comes out the Eurostar, it's all cute and romantic. Go back to my family home, bear in mind, and we have a nice evening together. The next morning comes and he wakes up really early and he was like, babe, I need to go meet up with some friends. And I said to him, you don't have any friends in London. He goes on to say, oh no, I made some friends in Paris and they want to see me. And I was like, a bit weird, but okay, go see your friends. So I get on with my day and it gets to 6 p.m. and I'm like, are you gonna come home? He was like, oh, I'm running a bit late.
That's suspicious.
Finally gets home at like 7 p.m. Me being delusional again, I was like, okay, fine, whatever. But then we go to bed, and I swear to God, in the 2 years of us being together, I had never even thought about going through his phone. But my gut was screaming at me. So he goes to sleep, and for about 20 minutes, I'm praying that I would not find anything because I was so in love with this man. I go to his side of the bed, and I go to WhatsApp.
Okay.
Not even a girl's name, a nickname, My Sexy Tourist. My heart fell through my chest. Texts on texts. My heart broke in that moment, I'm not gonna lie. He had obviously met this girl in Paris and had been seeing her. He was like, Ciara, I can't help, I met someone else. It's the first thing he said to me. At this point, I nearly called the police on him. He obviously then apologized and was like, no, I love you so much. I was like, get out of my house. It was the worst night of my entire life. Anyway, yeah, so I can tell you this now because I'm over it. But yeah, that was a whirlwind because Wilderness is about cheating. It was like, I need to tell my story now.
That was so sad. I like Ciara, but that story was, oh my god. That boyfriend was an idiot. He needs a reality check. Because how do you cheat on her with someone from Paris and then come to London and you're still with the girl? You're supposed to be spending time with her and you're with the girl. If you're coming to London, at least tell her that I am not coming for you, I'm coming for someone else. Simple. Be a man about it, you know?
I think down if you got aggressively love bombed for a whole month and that person planned your entire future together, planned a whole relationship with you, only to just randomly turn around one day and pretend that he never said any of that. So Sky TV asked me to share this story in celebration of their new rom-com TV series called Smothered. And it's basically about this girl who's completely done with men, as I am, and this guy who also feels completely done with women. Then they cross paths and a beautiful love story blossoms out of it. And if that doesn't happen for me, I'm completely done. Anyway, let's get into the story. So
I feel like we're all
and the way that we met
subconsciously done with men.
Like fate.
Until we
already
meet the
done
one
my
who
first
makes
solo
us
trip to
undone.
New York before I even knew who he was. And then he randomly got stuck in London on the way to a completely different country. And then when he reached out and messaged, we just vibed. Like, it felt like we knew each other forever. So he's stuck in London, and because conversation's going so well, he asks if I want to meet up for a date, and I'm like, yeah, why not? So we met up and we went to Winter Wonderland, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, the date was amazing. We were getting on really well. He paid for everything, bought me anything I wanted. So yeah, I was happy. Like, I had no complaints. So it was going that good that I've even texted my friends like, girls, it's going really well. I'm really hopeful about this one. This might be
that
it.
thing that happens.
There's like some curse that comes
As
with
soon as you
telling
tell your
girls
friends
about a guy, because the second that you do that, that's when all the red flags start swooping in. And
You know that's what
happened.
God does for us.
We went
God
to
does
this
that for
corner
us.
shop
We just
because
don't
decided
realize
to
it.
go for a walk after Winter Wonderland, and then the second we walk in, he just starts randomly beeping these two girls. Take a picture, it will last longer. What you looking at? What you looking at? What you staring at her for? What, because she looks better than you? Oh, you staring at her because she looks better than
What
you,
is
huh?
his problem?
I was so embarrassed. So then I was literally just there like, daddy, chill. No, I'm joking. I was like, can you calm down? Like, what's all that about? Like, why are you behaving like that? And he was like, nah, I don't like the way she was looking at you. I don't like the way she was looking at you. I'm from New York. I don't like people looking at my face like that. She jealous because you look better than her. She jealous because you look better than her. I was like,
Dude,
bloody hell.
calm
Poor girl,
down.
probably just checking out my makeup or something, or probably just looking like, you know when someone walks into a building or walks into a shop and you just look to see who it is.
Exactly.
It's not that deep. So then the date was done now, and from this point we would FaceTime like every single day, and this guy was love bombing on 100.
Love bombing is
like,
such a
it was
trigger.
actually to the point that it actually started to put me off. It started off cute, but then it just became a bit too much. Like every single day from the get-go, it was, I can't believe I'm even talking to you right now. I've never felt this way about anybody before. I miss you so much every single day. I don't care about the distance. We can make it work. We can make it work. I want you to be my future wife. I want you to be my future girlfriend. Like, it was really
That's
intense love
weird.
bombing every single day for a whole month. But I had to draw the line when he tried to change my New York solo trip into our vacation. Remember, I had this trip planned and booked before I even knew who this guy was. And I was speaking about some issues with my hotel, and he goes, oh, don't worry, when we're
who?
checking in, when we
We
are
who?
doing what?
You and who?
parlez-tu français? Je suis désolée, je ne parle pas français. Je parle anglais. Seeing that we're speaking French now. So yeah, I had to shut that down, and I was just like, no, like, I actually wanted this to be a solo trip. I don't want it to become like a vacation and like make my first solo trip all about being with a guy. I really didn't want that. He seemed like he understood, but I think he was a bit offended.
Probably.
And then from there, everything changed. Then we're having a conversation one day, and he just dropped for me the convo that he's not thinking about and not interested in a relationship at all. And honestly, guys, I did not care. I did not care at all. Like, disappointments from men do not come as a shock to me. Also, like, I was already put off. So I was just like, oh, okay, that's cool. Just out of curiosity though, if that's not on your mind at all, why were you talking about it so much and making so many plans? This guy turns around like Jekyll and Hyde and says, no, I didn't. I never said any of that. I never did anything of the sort. Do you know that's somebody that can lie? At first I was arguing it, because for me it was like, don't lie. Even if you thought you were ready and you thought that is what you wanted and you changed your mind, that's absolutely fine. But don't pretend you never said anything of the sort or didn't make any kind of implications whatsoever. That's weird. This guy was honestly arguing with me, going back and forth, talking about how he did not make any kind of implication or say anything of the sort, and that he has no idea where I would even get that from. Do you know what? I just said, you know what? You're right. These days, I cannot be gaslit. I'm just not going to engage. It doesn't make any sense. You're right. Goodbye.
Yeah, I definitely do the same thing that she did. I just dead the issue. Like, okay, fine. You said you didn't see them, and fine. That's fine by you, and I will let you do or think or say what you feel like saying. You know, I should seriously be praying to God and be thanking Him that I haven't met weirdos like this.
Get ready with me as I tell you about how I found out my boyfriend was cheating on me. I dated this guy in high school. It was like my
high school
sophomore
sweetheart.
year, I think.
Okay.
We were friends first before we started dating. So that's why I had a lot of trust in him. I went to an international school growing up, and we hosted like this sports event where a bunch of other international schools in Asia would come and travel over to our school. And when a bunch of kids from different schools mix together, like sometimes there's a lot of
Trouble
romance that happens. And in this case, I heard from like one of my friends that the guy that I was seeing, he thought this girl girl was like really cute. But of course I was like, maybe he thought she was cute, but there's no way that it was like anything more serious than that, because again, I trusted him.
Okay.
But my friend was pretty insistent. She was like, no, like he said she was cute and like I think they might be texting. So when my friend said that,
Listen to your
alarm bells kind of
friends.
started ringing in my head, and I was getting a little bit anxious about the whole situation. So I confronted him and I asked him, I was like, hey, like, are you talking to this girl? And he was like, oh yeah, like we're just like friends or whatever, like we're just like casually texting. And I was like, I don't know if I believe that, but like I will give him the benefit of the doubt.
Never,
About a
ever.
month goes by and like nothing's really happened, like nothing has developed. He started talking to his friends more about this girl, and I started to hear from like other people also telling me again that they're still talking, and they're talking like every single
Wow.
day. Recently I also noticed that he was getting more busy. I'd be like, hey, you want to call, you want to, you know, chat, whatever. Never available. You know, things were not really adding up. So finally, I kind of got fed up. He wasn't giving me answers, so I went to go look for the answers myself.
And
I
you
found her on
usually
Instagram
find
and I DM'd her and I was like, I don't want this to come off like weird, but I just wanted to ask you, like, are you and this guy like romantically talking to each other? She texted me back like almost immediately and was like, yeah, I am. And I won't lie, like my heart
Feel so
like
bad
sunk.
for her.
I literally felt it drop. But the girl that he was like cheating on me with, she was like a girl's girl through and through. So she suggests to hop on a Skype call, which is so funny. Like why Skype? I don't know. We call each other and we're kind of just like comparing notes. We're like, okay, what did he say to you? Like, what did he say to you? And we realized that he's been basically
The exact
telling
same
us
thing.
the exact same
He's
thing.
been telling the exact same
Oh,
thing.
like, I really like you. Like, there's no one else. Obviously, we're both really pissed off now. Not
Like,
at each
guys,
other,
did they
not the
ever
guy.
learn
We
anything
devised a little
new? Do you
plan
add anything to
to
your
try and
playbook?
like ambush him. I think it was
This is
me
why I appreciate
who
Bernie
set up the
Stinson,
call,
'cause every
and I
time
was
he's
like,
trying
hey,
new
you want to
things.
call this time? After I set up the call, I was gonna add her in and see what his reaction was. I called him and then I added her. As soon as he saw that we were both in the call together, he freaked out. He was
He wants
like,
to die.
what is going on? And I was like, you know exactly what was going on. Well, first of all, he was like, oh, I'm just gonna
So
leave.
weird.
And I was like, absolutely not. You better stay on the call. We were both like yelling at him, being like, what's wrong with you? Like, how could you do this? Like, honestly, just like letting him have it. Obviously, we both dumped the guy,
Good.
never spoke to
That's
him
good.
after that. Not worth my time, and not worth her time either. The best part about the story is that I actually became
Wow.
friends with the girl afterwards, and we're actually still friends to this day. So
Girls,
I guess the moral of the
girls.
story is that men suck, and that you should always trust your gut.
Yes. I mean, that was such a lame thing for him to do. If you don't want the girl anymore, break up with her. Why chat with someone behind her back and then go through all of this trouble just to be caught again? You know, it's just so stupid. So that was the last video. This is the end of our reaction. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come back for more, because I'm gonna link my intro video in the description, and I am also going to record new videos. I think my next video we might talk about something different. We might do a movie recap, or I will do a serial killer recap. Now that would be nice. I'll do a crime video about my favorite serial killer. I'm sorry, I should stop saying I have favorite serial killers, even though I do. Yes, I'm a reader. We've established it. But no, I don't have favorite serial killers. They're the serial killers I like to talk about and listen to. And the one I want to talk about will be Robert Lee Yates. Okay, so that might be for my next video, or I will do a movie recap because there are new movies coming up, and there's this old movie that I definitely want to talk about. So I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.